Seems to be operating. Gonna wait just a moment here to see if there's anybody watching. Hopefully somebody's watching. This is a great opening 20 seconds. Well, happy Monday morning. Happy, normally happy marathon day. Happy, maybe you would be tuning in pretty soon for the Red Sox game there on Patriots Day, but we don't have that today. But what we do have is an action-packed show, and Luis Gruber is really going to start us off in the right tone with this song, All Apologies. And we're live.
We are live. Happy Monday.
Wait, what'd you say? And we're live.
We are live. Happy Monday.
Wait, what'd you say?
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. It's marathon day in Boston, which doesn't really, because there's not actually a marathon, but I still feel
I think we have a little bit of a longer show, so this can be a marathon show maybe. We've got a lot of content today.
We'll see. It might be just as hard to get to the end of this as it is to get to the end of the marathon.
It could. Today's show is sponsored by Dag's Bait Shop out on Minot Ave in Auburn. Get your fishing needs out there. Long time business out there.
We have a fishing-centered show where you're going to get that fly tying video from Jamie coming up.
Yes, we do.
Also, I will tell you, and you don't even know about this, Hathaway, but there is a surprise ending of this show that no one knows about except me. So you're going to want to tune in all the way to the end.
I will. How about that intro by the Groovers?
Yeah.
Apologies appropriate for the dumpster fire that occurred. Nice work on the Nirvana by them. Love that one. Birthdays. We get Jen Myers, the Unified basketball coach, special ed teacher in the building.
Oh, hold on.
You get your birthday. Happy birthday, Jen.
Yep.
You get Zach Jordan, straight out of my HPT. Happy birthday, Zach.
Nice.
I know that a lot of you will be happy to know that Carmen Electra turns 48 today.
Seems
of MTV fame.
Just a few days ago, it was on TV.
Right, and for those of you that have been binge watching Criminal Minds, Shamar Moore turns 50 today.
Criminal Minds was a big binge watch hit among the Instagram fans.
Yes, it was.
All right,
I think you got a thank you to do, Davis.
Do I?
Golf team.
Oh yes, that's right. This is actually coming through Harry Haylock. So Ruth Huntington from Lower Street has been making masks, and then the golf team is selling them as a fundraiser. They're really awesome. You can contact Harry Haylock. I think they're currently sold out, but she is going to be getting more. She went through 40 yesterday.
Wow.
So
awesome.
So great. Thank you to her from the golf team.
Last day to order mugs. So that link is in your email and in this video link.
Yes, right below.
Right. Get your mugs today. And then I think, are we on to?
I think we're ready to talk about top six.
Top six. So Friday's Dumpster Fire inspired this top six, which is sponsored appropriately by Andy Valley Refuse, taking care of all of your dumpster needs.
All right, we're gonna need to bring in Jamie and Morgan because there's a lot of blame to be passed around.
Right.
All right, we've got social media guru Morgan Hickson with
the top six things that went wrong on Friday's show, and I will go with the drum roll that was submitted to us. Maybe.
Number 6. No faculty vacation wish. We did have a faculty meeting with 60 people. I was told there was going to be a video. I had to leave the meeting early because I had a Google Meets class, so this is not my fault. Anybody want to jump up on whose fault it is?
It's whoever promised the video because there was never a video.
Right.
Who put it in the production notes?
You.
I did not. No, I didn't even know anything
It
about
was
it.
your idea.
It was my idea before the meeting. I'm like, maybe we could get the faculty to do it, but then it never happened. But somebody wrote on the production.
No. Because after you said that, you had this great idea. Then I said, well, you should record it. And you said, yes, I'll record it.
But I couldn't record it because Eben didn't give me access to the thing. In the
Because you didn't
chat,
ask him for access. All you had to do was
back
ask
to
for
that chat, there's all 60 of us in the meeting, and I typed in, I go, hey, can we do a greeting for Buzz Media? And nobody responded, and then I just dropped it.
I blame you.
Well, I think you're the one who's always making the production notes. I was like, maybe they made a video after I left. I don't know.
I left before you.
No one made a video.
All right, let's go to number
All right,
5.
moving on. Number 5.
Now, Davis won Buzz Media Squares with terrible strategy. That's not true at all because I had a Zen-like tic-tac-toe strategy where, you recall, I actually won 3 times all in one. I got the top and then the diagonal, and I got 5 out of the squares. So
You made a reference to playing defense, though, when you're answering the question.
yeah,
That doesn't even make
because
sense.
I blocked you. I had a chance to win on the top, but if I'd missed it, then you could have gone for the win, and then I didn't want that to happen. So I went with.
Yeah, but if you missed the other one, I was gonna win. I wouldn't have even had to get another question. Even the person you picked said, no, this is a bad idea. Schiffelli,
Yeah.
game show master.
Same sort of stuff that happens to Bill Belichick all the time. People don't understand his strategy, and much like Bill Belichick, I'm a champion. That's all I have to say.
Are you really comparing yourself to Bill Belichick right now?
Yes, the Bill Belichick of Hollywood Squares, Buzz Media Squares.
I
How did
disagree once again.
Me too.
Reach. That's a reach.
Yeah.
That is a reach.
Let's
All
get
right.
this thing rolling.
Number 4.
All right, it is true that I did not turn the mic on to start the show, but if we could back this one up, we come on at 8:30 to start getting ready for the show. Jamie spent a half an hour with us muted doing a TikTok video that he had a week to make. So we're sitting there waiting for him, and you could hear the music as he was doing that TikTok. Then he finally finishes the TikTok and his phone rings, so he mutes us again and just doesn't respond for the next 45 minutes. So we're waiting.
I agree. I'm going to agree that Jamie was a little bit at fault there because he clearly was not invested into that production meeting. But the reason we didn't have sound was because you didn't do this.
You just like turn on a button, right? No, yeah.
All right.
Maybe was the problem for other things, but not this one.
Yeah,
So my thing is
that's-
this.
Turn it
By
off.
the time that video was ready, it was 9:58. I was rushing around to turn the cameras on because the show was about to start, and I did forget the mic. But if you had given me more than 2 minutes to do everything,
The one thing is, when we were doing it in Studio B, when I was there doing it, I would turn the camera on and the mic first. Like, it would be on for like a good solid 45 minutes while we were planning, so it wouldn't happen.
yeah,
And
like that's
Dave-
the 45 minutes you were on the phone. I had a lot of.
But he's
Dude,
also
you can-
forgetting that
You
for
could've
45
typed-
minutes, we did nothing. We
He could have
sat here.
typed
You
to us. He
could
could have
turn
said
the camera
like,
on.
"Hey guys, I'm on the phone. I'll be back in a minute." No, he completely ignored us for the entire time.
I thought, I'll be honest. I thought the conversation was going to be much quicker, and I was on the phone for a very long time.
Davis, I have a question for you. You're comparing yourself to Belichick today. What's Belichick's mantra with the Patriots? It's do your job, right?
All right, I'll take
You
it.
had one job. It was
I'll
to do
take it.
this.
I did not
And you
take
didn't
the
do it. All right. Number 3.
I didn't have one job though. I actually had a lot of jobs, but
That's fair, actually.
thank you.
No
man.
jobs.
Oh, I forgot this was its own thing. Turn on the phone during production meeting.
I was on the phone for a long time. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I got a call regarding like some
Yeah,
online
exactly.
that were
Also-
happening.
What about your half an hour making the TikTok before that?
Well, you said make a TikTok, and then I made a TikTok.
We said to make it that week.
Well,
You
I
had
did-
2 weeks. You had 2 weeks to make that TikTok.
One, I just learned how to make a TikTok that morning, so it took me a long time to learn it.
But you also started learning it that morning.
I also started. Yeah, that's potentially accurate.
It could be that your executive producer status is going to your head a bit. That you think, you can just multitask and do other things while we're trying to produce this show.
Yeah.
Also, Hathaway and Gentura, both of your videos get put up, your TikToks get put up on Instagram at the same time. Hathaway's definitely got more likes.
True.
Ouch. That was a better TikTok though. His TikTok was a better TikTok. It took me 2 weeks and that morning to put together what was there, which is why I didn't.
No. It only took you that morning.
No, 2 solid weeks. And
All right, clearly Jamie's fault. Moving on. Number 2. Oh, the Davis computer crash of 2020.
Now, I actually have to say is, while the computer crashing is on here, it was my quick thinking to switch back to the camera while my computer crashed that kept us from just having a spinning circle on the screen. Instead, you had me like holding up things and playing songs from Luis.
And everyone feeling sad for you for a solid 6 minutes.
Right. It was like, I'll give you a baseball analogy. It's like when you bring the closer in and you've had a rough week where you've gone into the bullpen a lot. You bring the closer in early in the 8th because you really don't have other guys, and he's got to pitch a little longer than normal. And he struggles and gives up 5 or 6 runs, and you just leave him in. And he's got to battle back, and eventually somehow he lucks his way into a win. And I think that's what you did. So congratulations, you're king of putting out dumpster fires.
I will take that one. All right.
All right, number 1.
All right, so I'm back for another one of these because Davis can just not stop doing a terrible job when it comes to this. First of all, I want to make it very clear. I'm perfectly fine getting bumped for Coach Sinclair absolutely anytime because he's better qualified, better looking, in better shape than I am. So whenever he needs to bump me from my spot, that's perfectly fine. That's Hathaway's friend, Coach Scott Sinclair from Georgia. Went 12-2 last year, not a big deal.
But what you're not including on this in blaming me is this goes back to the Jamie Gentura doing a TikTok and being on the phone because he did not. You sent him the video, and then we were sitting there like
he asked me at like 9:15. He's like, "Hey, we need a video." 9:17, I sent a video.
Yeah, and that he was then on
my turnaround was very quick, despite being on short notice. Still,
but he didn't put the video into the thing until after 10 o'clock when the show was already going.
It was exactly 10:03, but it was a while before the park and pump got in. Like there was a long time before that pump was going to be shown, and you were like, "Nope, we already got it." Like, and I told him, like,
the problem is everyone is shifting the blame. No one is taking self-responsibility for it. Someone needs to just say like, it was like your fault. It wasn't mine, obviously, because I did it.
It was Gentura's fault. I think that's really clear. Hathaway Morgan, whose fault was it?
I think what we found throughout all of this is that Morgan and I did everything correctly on Friday, and you and Gentura
Yeah, that is
fault for everything.
So what I'm finding is if my day doesn't go perfect, then Davis's day crashes. So
also, I like how you said your quick thinking to move it to the camera. There was a good 2 minutes of just silence, and then that's your definition of quick thinking. Is eventually.
I asked to take that out in post-production, and I was told to leave it in because people would want to watch me mess up. Actually, if we could have the viewers at home, please vote at this point in the chat on who do you think is most responsible for Friday's debacle. Gentura.
That would be good.
I want it very clear. I'm the least responsible because I did my job in terms of people's jobs.
You are the least responsible.
Thanks.
That's for sure.
All right. Thanks, Parkin.
I also do the least on here, though, but whatever.
That's true. All right.
All right, so now we're to the video portion of today's episode. We're going to start with a fly tying video by Jamie Gentura. I think Davis and I are going to comment a little bit as the video goes along.
Yes.
So like Mystery Science Theater, kind of.
Yeah. it's like Mystery Science Theater, and he's going for like the Bob Ross of fly tying. So there's a lot of things going on here.
So we get that. We're gonna bump the. We had a little technical difficulties with the omelet video, so we're bumping that to Wednesday. So for those of you that tuned in to see Davis learn how to cook an omelet, you're gonna have to tune in again Wednesday. Then we're gonna have the first ever episode of Buzz Media Match Game, which is gonna be awesome. And then I'll see you guys again at the wrap up with Morgan Hickson.
All right, sounds good.
We're going to be tying a cluster minnow today, and as you can see, I'm very ready for the fishing season, vest and tow, and ready to tie up some flies that are really going to help me be successful. I'd like to tie them with you so you can be successful as well. So we're going to be tying up a cluster minnow today. Cluster minnow is probably my go-to bass fly. Very easy to tie. I thoroughly enjoy tying it because it ties so fast, which is why it's great for the show. So we are going to tie this up. So I'm going to be using, it's primarily a bucktail fly. So I'm going to use this bucktail. Funny story about the bucktail. I obtained this bucktail when I was 12. This one right here, when I was 12. And I believe my grandfather gave it to me. So that's how long fly tying materials can last if you're taking good care of them. Like taking good care of them, I store them in a bin in an insect-free basement. So that does it right there. If you had insects like here, you can use a mothball.
All right, pause them. Hathaway, I think we can't talk over him, so if you have something you really want to say, you're going to have to like raise your hand in your window.
Okay.
So, really impressed by this video.
Yeah, he obviously clearly down in his basement. He's got some interesting music playing for the fly tying, and I'm digging the best.
Yep. Very soothing. Also, like, he's even got the soothing voice. So, all right, I'll keep going. You let me know if you want to say something.
All right.
Mothballs and keep the pests out. So I tie that on. So with fly tying is a lot of wrapping. So you can see me, I'm just constantly wrapping and wrapping and wrapping. I'm using the tension and the wraps and the thread to keep the material fixed to the hook. So next I'm going to add a little of this flash. Ooh, this is very attractive to fish. And I hope you're finding this relaxing or whatnot. We were hoping to have a segment like the joy of painting, but I can't paint. So I'm not a painter. So we're tying some of this crystal flash on. And for those of you who love fishing, like I love fishing, this is the crystal flash really helps put the shimmer in that fly. Now you'll see me. I'm also going to do a lot of trimming as we go along. I like to keep my flies tidy. Now I'm going to wrap this thread up the shank of the hook to the front here, and that's when I'm going to affix these eyes. Now this is a dumbbell eye. It's weighted, and it gives the fly articulation, and articulation is movement in the water. So whoops, gotta, I wrap. What I like to do to get these things started is I wrap a little to one side, then you'll see it starts to spin a little, and then I come around and I wrap in the other direction, and then I start to do this figure 8 pattern, which is kind of nice. It makes me feel a little jazzy, spinning it like a master here. Figure 8. I'm gonna wrap it in the nose a little. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add.
So
I missed your hand raising. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, it brings me back to 2 like bad childhood memories here. One, when I was about 10, I got a fish hook right through the middle of my finger. So I'd be a little nervous tying these. So I give Gentera props for that. And I'm not great at tying knots because I get kicked out of Cub Scouts at about the same time.
So my dad was a master fly tyer and fly fisherman, and I never perfected tying knots despite I think maybe perhaps because of how much he wanted me to. I just never.
Similar in my house. My father's really good at fixing things, like he was a machinist, good with the hands. And I could never fix things. And I think it disappointed him.
All right, anything else? We ready to keep going?
No, let's finish this thing up.
This is a killer segment, by the way.
This is good stuff, Shinter.
Let's fly. Now, in it to signify kind of a belly. Now, the belly of a minnow. If you've ever seen a small bait fish, bellies are typically white. So I'm going to do this, and you might be wondering, hey, wait a second, fella. Hey, fella. You're tying the belly to the top of the fly. I'm no fish expert, but bellies are on the bottom. And if you're thinking that, you might be right. But these eyes, the weighted eyes, they flip this fly right over in the water. So it tends to do this here. So I'm getting some rotation that I don't want to get. So I'm going to pull out of that motion. And yeah, we're going to pinch that. There we go. Now here, we're going to kind of tie that to the back. Look at that. It gives a nice little white presentation to that fly. And while it's protected by the hook, it's a great time for me to trim up some of this mess here. Trim, trim, trim. Again, tidy flies, fish might not always care about the tidiness. You can have a messy fly that still catches fish. But, as an artist, you tend to value your craft, and fly tying is as much a practical use of your time as a fisherman as well it is an outlet for creativity. Now I'm going to flip this thing over and add a little bit of red bucktail. Red and white's a famous fishing combination. You'd see it in the Daredevil lure. If you're using a spin rod or a bait caster, you might have used a Daredevil before. And that's what I'm going to be doing right here. I'm going to tie this in here. And now I'm going to come around, tie it just like I did the other one. This fly is almost done. That's how quick this is. That's how quick this fly is. Now I got a little spinning here, a little red bleeding up. And there goes a little bit of my tidiness. That's what rushing can do for you. But as we go through, again, the fundamentals of fly tying is really just wrapping with correct tension and the idea of proportions. And as a math teacher, I love proportions. I love thinking about proportions and figuring out what proportions to just work out right. And I'm just going to wrap this up to finish it. This red and white fly. Now you can hear. I like listening to music. Typically, I listen to a little bit different music, but since it has lyrics and is copyrighted, I'm listening to music that won't get me kicked off YouTube, which is piano music. So, boom, here we go. Nice and relaxing, nice and complete. And there was our fly. Do the trim. The last thing I did was called a whip finish. And there we have this red and white fly, and then it'll flip over in the water and swim like this, swim like mad. So, and I will save this for later. So, have a great time, and we'll see you next time.
That was a cool video. It would be cool if maybe the Groovers could put together some fly tying music for him. Like little piano thing. So Groovers Vision X Project.
That's a really good idea. Yeah, that was a great segment. All right, so now what are we up to?
So we're gonna have a park and pump sponsored by Angelo's, as always. Get your pizza, gas, and conveniences. And then we are gonna go with the first ever Buzz Media match game.
Yeah, see if you can
Hanson's Auto Sales on Route 4.
See if you can do better than you did last week.
Yeah, I kind of it's like when I was playing basketball against my kids when they were like 9 or 10. I have to let them win a few so they keep coming to play. So you had your shot. We'll see what happens this week.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, see ya.
All right, guys, Coach Parkin with another workout. Again, today we're going to be doing a stretch because we've been doing a lot of workouts, haven't really been stretching that much. So we're going to be working our back. So I want you guys to get on the ground and just push up. Get a nice stretch in your lower back. You can rotate side to side a little bit if you want. Down, back up, hold it for 8-10 seconds. You can go up and down about 4 or 5 times depending on what you want to do. Next, I want you guys to get on your hands and knees. Drop your elbow to the ground. Rotate this one up. Try and rotate. Get right in your mid back. Last, flat on the ground. Bring your knee up. Bring your left shoulder through. And then just rotate that way. Just like that. That's your workout for the day.
One, two, three, four.
Hey everyone, this is Chris Schiavelli, and I'd like to welcome everyone to a very special new game show that we have here. It's none other than the Match Game. And so this is a game that some of you remember way back, back in the 70s. But recently Alec Baldwin has kind of resuscitated it back to life, and we'll see that, see if our panelists here can replicate some of our celebrities. So here's our 2 contestants. We've seen them all that past month, Mr. Davis and Mr. Hathaway. They'll be our 2 contestants who will be trying to match with our celebrity guest stars. So I'm going to go through them as I see them on my panel. Meg Goddard, how are you hanging in there, Meg?
I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. And we'll move over now. I have Morgan Hickson on the line. How are you doing, Morgan?
Good. How are you?
Good. Do you think you'll have a better chance of matching Mr. Davis or Mr. Hathaway today?
I think Mr. Davis.
Oh, interesting. We also have Megan Perkins on the line, Levitt Senior. Hi, Megan. How are things doing? How are you hanging in?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Same. And then we have Adri Mishu. How are you doing, Adri?
Doing good.
Good. Any big news in your world?
Nope.
Well, that's probably a good thing then. And then we'll head over to Randy Ann Langelier, another senior from Levitt. How are you doing, Randy?
Doing pretty great.
Excellent. Good. And then we have 3 celebrity guest stars. We have former Levitt Hornet, Amanda Hill. Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I dragged Rob and Keith along with me this time around.
And yes, we also have Keith Carson and Rob Caldwell along with our celebrity panel today. How are you guys doing?
Well, I'm no Levitt Hornet, but I'm doing pretty darn well, thank you.
Excellent. You can get honorary wings for our game today. And Keith, how are you?
We're all good, living our best quarantine life over here.
Fun fact, Keith is not a Levitt Hornet, but he is a Hornet because Linden State College, where we went to college together, was also the Hornets.
Wow, there you go.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, so we got to figure out what we can get for Rob for an honorary degree or something. But thank you guys for coming in. We really appreciate it. So we're going to do a version of Match Game. And so how Match Game works, for all of you who don't know, I will read a question to our panel, and then Mr. Davis and Mr. Hathaway will have a couple of moments to think, but our celebrities will all write down an answer that they think is the answer that Davis or Hathaway will give. Davis and Hathaway will return back. They will give their answer. We'll see how many of them match up. So we'll start with our first question, if we're ready. Who's going to go first, guys? Isaiah or Mike?
Davis, you won the last contest. Go ahead, man.
Thank you. I was going to point that out. I did win. So thank you for recognizing.
All right. So, Mr. Davis, would you like question A or question B?
Question B.
Question B. Question B is, Shaquille O'Neal was so big as a baby, he couldn't be delivered by the stork, so he had to be delivered by blank. Shaquille O'Neal was so big as a baby, he couldn't be delivered by the stork, so he had to be delivered by blank. So now, celebrities, write down your answer. We got a little music for you. Shaquille O'Neal was so big as a baby, he couldn't be delivered by the stork, so he had to be delivered by blank.
Turn that music up a little bit, man. That's good.
Everyone in? Are we good? Everyone have an answer? All right, so Mr. Davis, what do you think? Shaquille O'Neal was so big as a baby, he couldn't be delivered by the stork. He had to be delivered by.
All right, so it's key for me to get what other people have, and these guys have been doing a lot of work lately. I think they deserve some credit. That's the U.S. Postal Service.
Ooh, okay, the Postal Service. All right, Megan, what did you think? How was Shaquille delivered?
I think it was the mail.
The mail. That is huge, Mr. Davis. We'll go over to Miss Hickson. Miss Morgan, what do you got?
I said the Hulk.
The Hulk.
Not close. Okay, don't give me that attitude.
Megan, what did you pick?
I said Pegasus.
Pegasus, the winged horse. Interesting. And Adri?
I said an elephant.
And you even put a question mark on that because you weren't entirely sure if that was right. Randy, what did you have?
I said a forklift.
A forklift. That's a very good answer. Amanda, what did you think? See if there's
Okay,
any
I've
more
clearly-
connection.
I've never seen this game before in my life, obviously. I thought these were real answers.
Okay.
So I said a C-section.
That is what makes this game unbelievable. So, yeah, I don't know if he was. I don't know. That's pretty personal. Keith, what did you think?
So we think too much alike. I also did not understand the point of this game, and so you have a real answer. It could have been a lot more graphic than that.
See, Keith and I could have matched.
Yeah, we probably should have put you guys as the one of you as the contestants. And Rob, does Davis have another chance at a point?
I stayed with the aerial theme. I said that he was delivered by a 747.
Excellent idea, but no match. So Isaiah, you have one, and in the second round when we play, you won't be able to. Megan will be the only one that you can't try to match with. So now we'll go to Mr. Hathaway for his question. His question's a little bit different. His question is, Sloppy Sam said, I think I need to clean my cupboards more often. I got to the back of it and found a box of Wheaties with blank's picture on it. Sloppy Sam said, I think I need to clean my cupboards more often. I got to the back of it and found a box of Wheaties with blank's picture on it. So Sloppy Sam is pretty sloppy. Those Wheaties should probably appear pretty bad too, if it's the person I'm thinking Mr. Hathaway's going to say. Are we good?
Chris, I feel like you're giving him assistance there. I don't know about those.
Oh. I don't know if any of the kids are thinking who I'm thinking right now. All right, so if everyone's all set, we'll have Mike answer right now. So Mr. Hathaway, what do you have?
Well, I'm torn between a couple here. I'm trying to read the room a little bit, and I don't know how far I can go back here, but I do remember when I was a kid that Bruce Jenner was on the Wheaties box. So I'm going to go with Bruce Jenner.
All right, Bruce Jenner. Bruce Jenner. Megan.
Which one?
I'm gonna
we'll go
first.
Megan Goddard. Meg, are you sorry about that? Meg, did you have Bruce Jenner?
No, I did not. I had Jesus.
That would be a very, that would be a very old box of Wheaties. I'm not entirely sure what Jesus's favorite sport was, but it was the
And
Breakfast
I don't
of
think
Champions,
Jesus
so
did endorsements.
I don't know. It's a good point.
Yeah.
He was very hard to get, Rob. That's absolutely true.
I think it was water skiing, by the way, favorite sport.
We'll go to Miss Hickson on that one.
I said Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth, sticking with a Yankees theme.
Yes.
Megan Perkins.
I said Shaun White.
Shaun White, the Flying Tomato. That's a good one. Was he on a box of Wheaties?
I think so.
Okay.
For
I don't-
Wheaties, no idea.
Yeah, neither do we. Adri, what did you have?
So I got a little flustered and I just put the first athlete. So Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. All right. So it wouldn't have been that long ago.
No.
Randy Ann.
I did Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal. So we've had him delivered by a forklift and then on a box of Wheaties. So
Yes.
excellent. But no match. So now we're going to WCSH celebrities. Do we have a match, Amanda? Did you have
No.
Bruce Jenner?
I stuck with the Levitt football theme, and the only football player I could think of was Tommy Casey. Shout out to Tommy.
A big shout out to Tommy. So we'll have to tag him in the pre-broadcast of this show. Keith, what did you have?
Finally, we got one for you. We got a Bruce Jenner.
Bruce Jenner. Coach Hath.
Yeah, that a boy, Keith.
And Rob, can you give Michael the lead? Barry Bonds. That is a good one. Not a match, but that is a good one. Oh, yep.
Controversial.
So we got the. So I'm dating myself. Rob and I are probably the only ones who remember this, that Richard Dawson would rip up his cards when people did not get it, and he thought he had a good answer. So, anyways, so right now we're tied 1-1. We go back to you, Mr. Davis. You have a choice in round 2, question A or question B.
I'm going question B again.
All right. Dopey Doug is so dopey. When his driving instructor told him to lay on the horn, he drove to the zoo and took a nap on a blank. Dopey Doug is so dopey. When his driving instructor told him to lay on the horn, he drove to the zoo and took a nap on a blank.
Maddie Springer is requesting to be let in.
I'll let her in after this question. We can add her for I guess.
Are we all in?
I'll let her in. You just come in. All right, we ready?
Is everyone ready? So, hi, Maddie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
We're great. So we're playing match game right now. We're in the middle of a question, but we'll get you in on the next one for Coach Hathaway. So, Mr. Davis's question was, Doug Dopey is so dopey. When his driving instructor told him to lay on the horn, he drove to the zoo and took a nap on a what, Mr. Davis?
All right, so the most horn-like animal, and I hear them flying over my house all the time, would be a goose, because there's a lot of geese. It sounds very horn-like, and it alarms my dogs. So that's what I'm going with.
Goose. He
A
took
goose.
A nap on a... So, Megan, you're out on this round, so we'll go over to Morgan. Morgan, what is your guess? Was Doug,
Morgan.
Doug? You may have to unmute, though.
You're muted, and I don't think
it's a tiger.
That's not
I
very
missed the horn part of the question, so I went with tiger because we spent a decent amount of time talking about Tiger King on the show. But that's kind of embarrassing since it was
Don't worry about it. You know whose fault that is? Carol Baskin. Megan, what did you have?
I said a rhinoceros
A rhino. Why did you pick a rhino?
because they have horns, and I figured
Yeah.
this would be big enough for Dopey to take a nap on.
Yeah, a horn. Yeah, that's what I thought too.
That's a good answer.
Adri, what did you have?
Horn noise.
I also said rhino.
Oh,
Yeah.
Another rhino. And Randy?
I also said rhino.
Oh no, a rhino. Amanda, did you have a goose as your answer?
Okay, I'm with you, Morgan. Also did not hear the horn part of this. Clearly, I'm not made out for the match game, but Tiger.
Man, you had two people have matched each other, and then 3 people have matched each other. So
I think the
was
point
like
of
a
this is that
wager.
Isaiah just sucks at this game.
Keith,
I also don't
Can
feel
you-
as bad now.
can
The
you
tiger doesn't
save
make any sense, guys. Rhino is what I have
another
too.
rhino?
I
And
was
Rob,
thinking
you
the
have.
sound of a horn.
Is there any chance of you saving Mr.
Rob?
Davis?
Come on, Rob.
Not a chance in hell.
So Mr. Davis gets a goose egg, and everyone is ripping theirs up. I think out of frustration, Mr. Davis.
There.
So
Get it
now,
together.
all Mr. Hathaway has to do to win our game today is to get one answer correct. If he matches with one of you, he is going to win. So, everyone is raving about the secret spa that is located behind a Mexican restaurant. They apparently are giving invigorating facials made from blank. Everyone is raving about the secret spa that is located behind a Mexican restaurant. They apparently are giving invigorating facials made from blank. So this would be pre-quarantine. I don't think the spa would count as a essential business at this point,
Not essential.
especially behind a restaurant.
Good news, Hathaway. I actually listened to this question.
Oh, you listen when it's his turn. It's rigged against me.
This might seem deliberate, Mr. Davis. All right. So here we go. So the only person you cannot match with is Keith right now, Mr. Hathaway. So here we go. What would be the what are the facials, the invigorating facials made from, Megan Goddard?
Oh, I got to say my guess first.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. I'm going with guacamole.
Guacamole. So Megan Goddard is the Mexican restaurant that you've heard about giving facials from guacamole. What did you say?
No, I've actually been to Mexico before, and the only thing I could think of was mud.
Mud. So she went very literal.
The Aztecs.
Miss Hickson, what did you pick?
I've also been to Mexico, and I also said mud.
Ooh, very literal. Are we going into a tie-breaking round? Still got some other people to go though. Megan Perkins, what did you say?
I said queso.
Ooh. A little spicy queso. Adri, do you have a chance to match with Mr. Hathaway?
I said guac.
And we do.
That away,
And
Adri.
and then we could go through to see how many else he would have gotten. Randy, what did you have?
I also said guacamole.
And Amanda?
Guacamole.
Oh, look at this. And Keith had already matched. Rob, did you have guacamole?
I sure did.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and so I think, Mr. Hathaway, that is a win for you. You've won our match game today.
Yeah.
Woo. That was a thrashing too, Davis.
That was. I deserve that. The goose really cooked me. But you know what? I'll beat you on Wednesday. So.
All right, that sounds good.
All right. Thanks. We'll see you all on Wednesday. Take care.
Bye.
All right, I think we got to wrap this thing up, correct?
I think so.
Gentera, you going to unmute there? My dog's about to go crazy.
David's really
David,
excited for a surprise.
Yeah, Davis, you got a mask there, and you have a surprise for us. Is that true?
Is the mask the surprise?
The mask is made of frogs.
You're muted.
Muted, Davis.
You can't talk anyway, so.
Oh, yeah, you can't talk anyway. Oh, he's clean shaven.
Oh, he's shaved.
Oh, look at that.
He melted.
I guess Gentera, he realized he couldn't keep up with us anymore, so he had to shave.
No, yeah, he definitely can't keep up. There's no way.
All right, that was a great episode today. Let's wrap this thing up. Happy birthday from over the weekend to the big man, Cole Morin, turned 18 on Saturday.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Cole. Davis, you got a happy birthday thing there? The happy birthday kazoo, you got that going? I don't know if you can do it through the mask. Oh, there you go. Beautiful. What are your mugs? The link is out there.
Today's the last day, right?
Today's the last day you can order them and have me pick them up. She takes it'll take about a week to get those made, and I'll try to run down this coming weekend to go get them. So if you'd like to save quite a bit of money on shipping, now's the time.
Wednesday's episode going to be big. Episode 2 of Buzz Media Match Game. See if Davis can tie this thing up. We couldn't hear the match game music, which was too bad. I don't know if you guys can hear this a little bit, but that's what you have to look forward to on Wednesday. And then enjoy your vacation. Right? We're on vacation, more of a staycation, but. Enjoy that. You guys got big plans for the week?
I'm probably gonna hit the water some. The water levels are starting to come down, and the fish are gonna start biting here soon, especially as it's warming up. So that's probably where you'll find me, is on the lakes, ponds, and rivers.
Hickson, how about you?
Nope. Nothing. I don't fish, so there's not really much for me to do.
All right, Davis is gonna be right there in studio. What is it? Studio F? Is that what that one's called?
I thought it was Studio D, part 2.
Do some shows. But you guys enjoy your vacation, do something. And I think that's all we got. So I'll hit the outro.
Also, don't forget about the Instagram, whatever challenge that we have, the Signs of Spring. We've got a few up there already, but that goes all week.
So go to the Insta and get your photos up there. Also, we're looking forward to seeing Davis learn how to cook an omelet on Wednesday. That's going to be awesome. Gentera?
Don't forget about Mother's Day. It's going to sneak up on us. It's, I think, second Sunday in May. If you're buying your mom a gift, remember, can't really run to the flower store.
But I think you can order flowers online.
See, that's
online flower shops.
You definitely don't have time to grow them. So
remember Mother's Day is coming up.
All right, Groover's going to hit us up with a little Beatles rendition for the outro. Oh, Davis's Earth Day, which I think coincides with Davis's birthday.
I think what he's really saying is his birthday is coming up.
Yeah, his birthday is Earth Day, so recycle some.
We'll be looking forward to that for sure. So here you go, people.